This is H. Rico from the Logic Pro forum. I made a post today trying to figure out how to snap the song position line to the next region. Still haven't quite figured out how to do it, but the reason I was trying to do it is because I was trying to figure out a cool drum replacement or drum enhancement technique that I'm going to show you how I do and why I need to snap the playhead to the next region. I'm going to do it on this snare track on this song called Wishes in Blood. Wishes in Blood was or is a song from, I think the band's called Tiger Lily. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But Fader 8 posted this song as part of his online mix thingamajiggy. I downloaded it. I've been working on it. Not really, but in my spare time I've been screwing around with it. And in mixing it, I decided that it needed some snare drum help. So I decided that I want to replace or enhance the snare drum, and this is how I figured out how to do it, and this is how I'm going to show you how to do it. The thing is here that I'm still a little working the kinks out of everything, and so bear with me if I take a little too much time doing this, but this is how I do it. Now, I decided that this is the snare drum. Here it is. Okay, so that's the snare drum. I decided it's a little weak. It needs a little help. It was recorded pretty well. It just lacks a little depth and punch and stuff like that. So I'm gonna replace it. And I could use Drumagog to do that. I could use the new feature inside Logic 9, which is I believe it is drum replacement doubling, which detects the transients, puts a MIDI note on a new MIDI track with an EXS24 sampler and triggers a sample for you. That's a cool way to do it. I just prefer doing it manually because I'm a glutton for punishment. Not really. I think it sounds better. I think you get a little bit more control over it, so this is how I do it. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to make it easier to look at, so I'm going to hide all these tracks. Maybe I'm going to hide my little talk track here. That's my voice there bouncing around. Hello! Okay, so hide. Let me just check if I'm still there. Hang on. Hello? Yeah, I'm still there. Cool. Alright, so this is how I do it. I'm going to turn on flex mode. And I'm going to pick a flex mode from this little drop down here. I'm going to pick slicing mode because it's kind of what I want to do. I want to slice this up. Alright, and it detects all these little white lines are transient markers. Not to be confused with flex markers. Flex markers are a lot different. If I click this, it adds a flex marker. If I move it, it starts to time compress and expand my region. So, flex marker, transient marker. Okay, so you can see that Logic detected a few more than I actually needed. So I can add and replace these, but the only way I can do it is in the sample editor. I don't know why they did that. It's kind of annoying. I wish I could add and subtract transient markers from the track itself, but whatever. Okay, so down here we can see that I happen to know from listening to this that this is these transients here are bleed through from another microphone, so I know I don't need these markers. So I can do one of two things. I can hit the minus key, and it got rid of two of them. This is kind of a sensitivity equivalent to a sensitivity slider. I would have much rather had a sensitivity slider, but whatever. I'm not the programmer, so they gave us plus and minus buttons. That's what I'm using. So or you can double click a transient marker and it goes away. You can also draw them in with the pencil tool, which is very cool. So if Logic missed some, you can draw them in. If there's too many, you take them out. So I'm just going to scroll through here and take a look. And pretty much got all of them. I'll put one there because I think that's a snare drum hit. I'm not too sure. Whatever. Okay, so let's get out of the sample editor. Let's go back here. Now, I'm going to right click on this region, or control click, like that, and brings up a little menu, and I'm going to do slice at transient markers. Ooh, it says the region's too long. It can only do that with regions up to 32 bars, so no problem. Just going to deselect it, select our little region here. I already cut this up before, and do that again. Slice at transient markers. Oh, wow, I really do have a long thing selected here, so let me shorten it up. We'll do to there. I don't think that's 32 bars, so let's try again. Okay, there we go. So you can only do this 32 bars at a time, but whatever. So here we go. Alright, I'm going to go shopping for a sample. I already navigated to where I keep my snare samples. Got some good samples. That's a good one. I kind of like that one. I'm going to go with this one. Alright, so, oops. Create a new track, audio track, to put the sample on. Alright, we can actually get out of flex mode now. Oh, hey. Okay, now we can get out of flex mode. Here's all our regions. I'm going to select that region, drag this in right there. Okay, so what I could do is I can move it right to the cut there, and then well, we'll do it the first one there, right there, and everybody knows if you hold down Option and you drag a region, it copies it like that. That's cool. So I thought, well, hey, let's just copy and drag it to the next region start here, and I'm snapping to the one above here, and I'm thinking, man, this is great. I can just keep doing this, right, and go through the whole song, and I'll have like complete snare drum replace samples on you know, on the new track, and it'll be awesome. But further inspection reveals that it's not actually snapping to the start of the region. It's snapping to the bar line. I would have to go in and move all of these. There may be a way to get it to snap to the bar line on top. I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So what I figured out is to copy the sample. So Apple C. I'll get rid of it. And I'll select this region. I will hit Shift Return, which snaps the playhead to the beginning of that region, and I'm going to hit Apple V to paste. Now, as long as the this track is selected, the sample will get pasted on that track. So I'm going to select, Shift Return, Apple V. Select, Shift Return, Apple V. Select, Shift Return, Apple V. So if you guys have like a macro program to do this, you can do the Shift Return Apple V in one fell swoop, and be a lot faster. So all you'd have to do is select a region and hit your macro, and it would do the, man, I keep doing that. It would do the Shift Return and the Apple V all in one fell swoop. Very cool. So Shift Return Apple V. So now if we look, if we zoom in, we can see that this is kind of right on the money. I mean, it's right there. Can't really get much closer than that. I mean, it may be a sample off, but probably inaudible. And there you have it. That's how I do it. The reason I was wanting to snap the playhead to the next region is because I figured it would be much easier to just do it all with key commands. Snap to the next region, paste, snap to the next region, paste, snap to the next region, paste. But it wasn't working that way because I have go to next region assigned to my right arrow key, and it jumps down to the track that's selected, and that doesn't help me, and it doesn't snap the actual playhead to the next region, which is kind of key to this whole thing.